All right. Okay, so now we've got some things happening in New York. New York City. Yeah, New York City. And first ones is, if you remember the elections that just kind of happened, the little primaries that are going on?
Yeah.
Did you hear about the people that got elected, just like Mom Donnie, into New York City politics?
I heard a little bit, but I'd love to dive into it.
Oh, yeah. Well, one of the things I heard is that there's been some investigation into this gal who has done nothing but badmouth America, and like, no, you don't get to get elected and be anti-American. This is not how this system works.
Right.
I hope something happens to her, that she gets ousted and does not get into office, because we need to control what's going on in our country and our elections, and we can't just let people who hate this country get voted in and then vote in their ideals and not the American people's and all that shit. So anyway, it's kind of interesting, but let's check this out, and then we'll kind of pop through a couple more here, because it's kind of interesting. New York, you need to, I don't know, get yourself back on track, because you're doing some things that are really effed up. So let's check it out.
The Democrat Socialists of America are very, very obviously excited with earlier this week's election results. And they have declared that now they have a socialist mandate over 3 million New Yorkers.
My God.
They control certain areas of New York that include 3 million New Yorkers that are represented by socialists at multiple levels of government. And they know that they're gaining power. When it comes to like the one chick, that the one that has way too many A's in her name, and her last name is like Chevalier. She's the one that started the Columbia University chapter, where they're like, our main purpose is to eradicate Western civilization. One of the council members, Vicky Palladino in New York City, said this is grounds not to seat her. She said the oath of office is not some boilerplate formality. It is a legally binding component of our government designed specifically to prevent people like her from holding office in America. So the GOP majority must make it clear that individuals who cannot uphold their oath in good faith will not be seated. I would love if that's the case, and that they refuse to let her to even swear her into Congress, because she has no business representing America on any national capacity.
And I'd even say local or regional capacity either, especially local.
Yeah. And yeah, especially local. Well, that's where it starts.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And show me when socialism has ever worked.
It hasn't. And those who pine for it, who promote it, don't know their history. They don't realize socialism is just a soft, gentle, cute little puppy way of saying communism.
Right, exactly.
And communism has killed 100 million people in the 20th century now.
That's conservative numbers. Yeah.
Yeah,
But at the same time,
numbers.
Like that, you left that type of society, to come here. Why are you
implement it here?
Why would you want to do that? Like, how? I don't understand that type of thinking. Is like, you want to drag America down to the piece of shit that you came from?
Apparently they do.
Are you kidding me?
Apparently they do. And
if you do that, then there's going to be nowhere to go when your systems fail.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
Where are you going to go? You going to go to Russia?
Right. Well, let's go to Russia, shall we? Yeah, no, it's absolutely asinine. And so people wake up. You need to understand what's going on with this socialism, communism bullshit.
Well, so that matters on both sides too.
Exactly.
If you're Republican, Democrat, you cannot vote in socialist. It's just
And stop bending over because you're so worried and concerned somebody's going to call you racist, xenophobic, Islamophobic, whatever phobic. Stop. Who cares?
Yeah,
they're just trying to intimidate you to allow their bullshit to continue on in this country and to take over our political system and more. Yeah, and so this is what these dipshits voted in last year. End of last year is Mom Donnie. And listen to this piece of shit talk about America 250 He is such America first. He is so for the American people, the American way of life, white people especially. He really loves white people especially, and anybody who is, like that. And he's such a warrior for the American way that it's unbelievable. So let's listen to him talk about how wonderful it is to have America turn 250 years old, and that everything is wonderful. It doesn't matter who's president or whatever, and it's just, it's so wonderful. Listen to this guy. He is a peach, and we all should vote more people like him into power and all of that, because he is wonderful. He's great for this country.
Mayor Mamdani delivers a stinging rebuke of the Trump administration in an America 250 speech that also spoke on the importance of immigrants and American exceptionalism.
Here we go.
Political reporter Marsha Kramer joins us now with more details. Marsha.
Okay, Jay and Jess, make no mistake. Mayor Mamdani is grateful he came to this country at the age of 7, but his God Bless America speech was long on criticism of what is wrong in the America of Donald Trump.
Too many of our leaders do not believe in a vision of this nation as an asylum for the persecuted, but rather as one that persecutes those seeking asylum.
It was a fiery speech to mark the nation's 250th anniversary that was clearly aimed at the America of Donald Trump.
We see masked agents terrorizing our streets, eating food cooked by our undocumented neighbors before spiriting them away in unmarked vans. We see a nation whose immense wealth has been built by those with calloused, dirt-streaked hands, those who toil on factory floors and chisel into stone. And we see a nation that has allowed so much of that wealth to be held instead in the soft hands of a precious few.
The mayor spoke from the historic mahogany desk used.
So basically people who've never worked hard in their life. Is that what he's saying?
Yeah, apparently.
Well, yeah. And if it wasn't for immigrants, like we just mentioned right before we went on, is thank God for all the immigrants and the illegal immigrants, by the way, or else nothing would exist in this country. I mean, no business would ever be, built.
No roads would ever be paved. Yeah.
No roads, no buildings would be constructed, no streets and sidewalks, and everything would be paved. And, it just, oh my God, because Americans just don't. I mean, the positive message coming out of him is just wonderful. It's so uplifting because he doesn't talk bad about anything. It's just everything is so positive and wonderful.
Yeah.
I mean, are you people looking through it and seeing and listening to what he's saying? Because it's just amazing. Let's listen to it just a little bit more, and then we'll move on from this wonderful humanitarian.
By George Washington here in New York City, the nation's first capital. And he was flanked by recently naturalized citizens. And while he slammed Trumpism
I didn't
without
see any
ever
white
mentioning
people
the president's
standing behind him,
name,
by the way.
Yes, we see America when we spend our tax dollars.
There's one. One in the far right corner, right up in here.
There's a couple whiteys in there.
Yeah, but she looks like she's more like Ukrainian, maybe,
Yeah,
or
probably.
Romanian, or
European.
something like that. But that's about it. And look at how happy these people are to be in America, holding their American flag. So happy, like, oh, what a country! America is wonderful. Yeah, we love it here.
Are these the people that he just naturalized?
Oh,
Is
yeah.
That's what that is?
Yeah, these are the people he just naturalized.
Oh, God.
These are the people that wanted to come here so badly.
Yeah. They're
That
super
all
stoked.
of the World Cup soccer fans who come here who have been yelling like, oh my God, I don't want to leave. This is the greatest. Those people suck. But these people are what the backbone of America is right here.
Yeah, these people are who you want in there.
Yeah. I mean, it's awesome.
When we sell our elections to the highest bidder.
he also held out hope for a better day.
We see America each time neighbors link arms with neighbors without asking how long they have lived here or what.
What? I mean, I'm so glad he speaks for everybody.
Well, that's the thing. He's making these blatant blanket statements.
Yeah.
Like they're fact when they're
Right.
complete bullshit.
When they're a teeny tiny part of the society.
Do you know Poland doesn't even let people in?
Yeah. Amen, Poland. Way to go. Way to keep your
Yeah.
culture and your country and your people, isolated from the shitstorm that has been infiltrated into countries like ours and Germany
Exactly.
and France, and destroying the culture of these beautiful European countries
and
with
bringing
the
down their economy. Like
Yeah.
their poverty rate is the lowest, their crime rate is the lowest. Like it's but you look at that, and I'm not saying that immigration causes these things. All I'm saying is it contributes.
Can contribute, that's for sure.
Yes,
though.
it contributes definitely.
Yeah.
And you're up in the night if you don't think it does. And the problem and the
A lot of negatively as well.
right. And that's the thing. I mean, you can have immigrant workers on your crew. That's fine.
Sure.
They don't have to be illegal.
Right.
That's what we're talking about here, you dipshit.
Right.
Is doing it legal or illegal. Like get vetted and then come work and raise your family and live the American dream. That's great. I'm all for that. But don't come here illegally and then, and do this type of shit where, you refuse to assimilate.
Right.
You take over neighborhoods, with your elite, there's whole neighborhoods and
your
sections
little
of cities.
Tehran, your little Singapore, your little Italy, your little China, your little whatever. And and I think people don't understand. And this is just to bump onto your point here. We don't have to let anybody into this country we don't want.
Right.
We don't have to let everybody who wants to come here come here. You can say, okay, are you going to be a good contributor to our society? Are you going to be able to assimilate into wanting to be an American and know what it's like to be American? Or are you just coming here to suck off the teat of the American people? Are you just coming in here to take all the benefits that you can? Are you coming in here to start your own little Islamist city that nobody else can come into and have your own police force, your own workforce, your own this, that, and the other, or whatever it is? We don't have to let anybody into this country, just like you can't just go to France or England or wherever you would want to live and just say, because I want to come live in your country now, you have to let me in.
And you have you have to give me free health care, and you have to give me X amount of dollars per month, and you have to give me a free car, and you have to do this and you have to do that. No.
Sorry. No, they don't.
No, they don't.
Sorry.
And,
and we don't have to do it here. We do. We let over 1 million people into this country legally every single year.
Well, look at what's happening in England right now.
My God.
I mean, they're just overrun. It's ridiculous.
Yeah.
And because they have no backbone, it's
right.
Like, God. Anyway, Mamdani's a jackass.
Mamdani is a piece of shit. And just to show more of the piece of shit that he is, and the hypocrisy that he spews, and how it again, and this guy will mention it, the whole rules for thee, but not for me mentality that is the elites and the ones who get voted into power and the ones who want all of us to suffer while the government and governmental people and the elites get to do whatever the fuck they want.
Mm-hmm.
So here, this guy talks about this, and this goes on to the air conditioning thing that's going on right now and the power grid and all this stuff. Well, New York, in the past, in the 70s, had issues with the power grid and the air conditioning going out, but they have kind of fixed that and over the years, and you don't really see a citywide blackout much anymore, if ever. But then now all of a sudden it's an issue. And now everybody has to keep their thermostat at like 80 degrees or whatever, 78 degrees or whatever, which I think, personally is normal, whatever, but I can set my thermostat to whatever. If I want to pay more and have it at 75.
I should be allowed to put it wherever I want to. Yeah.
Yeah. Why are you go screw yourself.
Just kick rocks, man. What are you talking about?
But I just did. It's like, yeah, go fuck yourself. Really. I mean, seriously, Mamdani, go pound sand, buddy.
Yeah.
If I want to pay extra and keep cool, then I can do that. But he's telling everybody else they have to, you must keep your thermostat at 78, 80 degrees, 82, whatever it is. But what does he do? Let's see.
We talked about this yesterday on Resist the Mainstream. New York socialist Muslim Mayor Zohran Mamdani He looked every New Yorker in the face and said, please turn up your thermostat to 78 degrees because our electrical grid just can't handle it. But something very different.
And I ask, why is it the electrical grid now can't seem to handle it when it was fine under Eric Adams? It was fine under Bloomberg. It was fine under Giuliani. It was fine under everybody else.
Watch. He's probably going to tell him to turn it down in the winter.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. You must keep your house at 60 degrees or something. Let's
Can't
listen
keep
to
it
more.
too warm.
Yeah,
Power
exactly. It's such a piece.
Became known to everyone what's happening inside his own building. Rules for thee, but not for me. He demanded that New Yorkers sacrifice for the greater good.
Demanded.
But what's happening at City Hall? Well, it's a little bit different on their thermostat. Now, if you're tired of politicians demanding sacrifice from the people, everyone really, except for themselves, smash subscribe right now because we're here to expose the hypocrisy on Resist the Mainstream. My name is Chris Hand. I'm coming to you live from Nashville, Tennessee, and Mayor Zohran Mamdani recently urged New Yorkers to raise their air conditioning temp to 78 degrees because the city is struggling to meet energy demand. Now, before we back up and we talk.
And again, I wonder why. Why is it now? They seem to be struggling this year. Not last year, not the year before, not the decade before.
There's got to be some underlying shit.
Are they trying to push more pain on the people so that the people can come to the government? Oh, government, help us. Help us. You're the only one that can help me. Government one Kenobi, you're the only one that can help.
Mm-hmm.
That might be maybe part of the reason. I don't know. That's what communism is all about. You got to rely on those in charge.
Yeah.
And it always works out so well for the people.
Yeah, you got to bow to the toe.
Yeah. So let's see what Mamdani is telling everybody and then what he's doing.
Talk about the Democrats pushing crappy renewables for years, like solar or wind, or we talk about the fact that they don't invest in things that would actually help the energy demand, like nuclear. We can just talk about the hypocrisy. Regular residents were expected to deal with the heat while the city supposedly works on long-term solutions, but it turns out that the rules don't apply to everyone equally. According to new reporting, the temperature inside City Hall in New York has been dropping as low as 54 degrees in some areas.
Okay.
Wow.
54 is really freaking cold when it's 100 degrees outside.
Yeah, that's like
or 80 degrees.
That's like wearing a coat inside. Like, that's cold, man.
Yeah. I'm going to walk into a walk-in freezer or walk-in refrigerator like at Costco and pick up my vegetables or my milk and all that stuff. That's what it's like walking into.
Yeah, it is.
You don't want to work in that.
Yeah, who would want to work in that?
Why are they dropping it to that? I mean, because they have been, people have been documenting it. It's been 64 degrees. It's been 54 degrees. It's been 68 or 70, 72 would be a little more reasonable, but 54 or 64, that is why. Even if you can, and that's hypocritical in and of itself. Why? Nobody can work in 54 degrees in an office building, city hall, or anywhere.
Yeah, everyone would be complaining and just wearing mittens trying to type. Like, that's dumb.
We have our office sometimes when I go up there and it's like dropped down to like 70 or 71. And I'm like, oh my God, bro, can we just turn it to 74? Yeah. And that's comfortable to work at? Even 70 is too cold. And they're doing it 64 or 54? That makes no sense to me.
Trying to keep everybody awake or something? Like, good God.
What are they doing? What the hell are they doing? Why? It makes no sense.
What's the point?
I know. Here, listen a little more here.
You heard me right. They want to wear winter coats inside.
Yeah.
God bless them.
There we go.
While Mamdani was telling the average New Yorker to sweat it out at 78 degrees, his own building was essentially an igloo. Nice. Right. This is the same pattern that we've seen for years with these socialists and far left politicians. They preach austerity, they preach sacrifice, reduce consumption for the working class, while enjoying far more comfortable situations themselves.
Yeah, and that goes on because it's so true. I mean, okay, so we live in a dry state, second driest state in the nation. Okay. And we are told every year, slow the flow, save H2O.
Yep.
That's the slogan that's been going around for a couple decades at least.
Yeah, tattooed on our brains.
Yeah. And okay, great. But it's done in a way where, hey, let's kind of slow down. And statistically, we use an excessive amount of water per person per capita here in this state compared to what they are doing in Vegas and Phoenix and other places in the West. And yes, people need to take a little bit more responsibility and all that. But who needs to take the bigger role is our government, the state government. Apartment complexes, schools, churches, government buildings, golf courses, things like that. Can we really kind of maybe try to figure out who's using the most water? Oh, and now the data centers that are coming to town.
Yeah, that's going to be a huge problem for us. So
why the F are we all as people, and probably I would say the majority of the people are kind of limiting. My grass doesn't need to be totally green and totally lush and all. It could be greenish, it could be whatever. So I set my timer. Some people are running their sprinkler timers for 20 minutes per station, 30 minutes per station. I run mine for like 10, maybe 12 minutes.
Yeah, I've kicked mine down to like 12 minutes per station.
Yeah.
And it's like 10 minutes per station. And
and that's on the sunny side of the house, not the backwards.
And I do it at night.
Shadier.
That's the thing too. People are, some people are watering twice a day. You know what I mean? And I'm like, there's no reason for it, and why the hell would you water at noon or at 5?
You're just
parts of
burning
the
your
day.
grass.
You're just burning the grass. Yeah.
Yeah,
Actually
every
not
little
good
water
for it.
droplet's like a magnifying glass on those blades, and you're just killing your grass. You need to water. I used to be watering at like midnight, 2 a.m, whatever. But now I set it to do it like 5 a.m, because I also heard that the best way to do it is have it soak in for a couple hours, and then when it gets to be like 8 and 9 in the morning and the sun is out, you can actually dry it out. So it doesn't mold and get different things, funguses and things like that under the grass, that if it's left there all night long, it can contribute to that. So I'm like, okay, so I just set it to like 5 a.m. now. And it seems to help with everything. And it's, your grass roots will grow deeper. They'll gather more, water from farther down rather than being the shallow, and you have to constantly water. The apartment complex that's right next door to us, basically, I see them watering, and I swear to God, and it's shady stuff. They're watering in the morning, and it's like 2 hours, it seems, at least an hour, and sometimes twice a day. And I'm like, you don't need to. Who is setting this up, doing this? But we all have to conserve.
Yeah, no kidding.
It's ridiculous. Yeah. So New York, you need to freaking pick your shit up and start, actually doing stuff for the people and get these assholes out of power who are destroying the city, the state, the country, because this shit's moving all across the country. More of these commie social DSA bastards are getting into power. Look at Colorado. They just voted another communist piece of shit in there. People, you need to get out and vote and stop this shit.
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
It is ridiculous. So New York has a lot of things going on, dude. And I think the biggest thing, the most important thing that they need to really do is celebrate something good, because this is vitally important to the psychology of everybody there, and the health and well-being and the mental well-being of everybody. And that really is to celebrate Travis and Taylor's wedding.
Yay!
Some of the most important things we can possibly do to kind of distract ourselves from all the shit going on in New York. So let's listen to this, because, oh my God, thank God they just got married and everything should be wonderful now. So let's check it out.
Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce are officially married, and we finally have some details about their big day, including what Taylor walked down the aisle to. Adam Sandler officiated the wedding, which is actually iconic considering that he's the world's most famous wedding singer, of course, from his movie. Travis recently worked on his film Happy Gilmore 2, and Adam and his whole family are all Swifties. I even got to meet him at the Eras Tour film premiere. It's being reported that Adam also wrote a song about Taylor and Travis, which was humorous yet touching and all about their love. I could just see it right now. I hope we get to see it one day. Taylor didn't have a maid of honor, and neither her or Travis had official bridesmaids or groomsmen. Instead, Taylor's brother Austin was her man of honor, which I absolutely love. And Jason Kelce, Travis's brother, was his best man.
Yes.
And are you ready for it? Taylor reported to have walked down the aisle to one of her very own songs being played live on screen.
Of course she did. Of course
Her very own song.
Her very own song. Oh,
thank God she's not an egomaniac.
No, not at all.
Wow.
Oh,
that is
my
awesome.
God.
Good for her. Because I know she's struggling and she wants to get her music out there so people will buy more of her albums.
Yeah.
Or however they do it these days. Downloads. I don't know. What are they doing? I don't know. Whatever.
Yeah.
But this is so cool.
Now.
Oh my God. This is just distracting me from all the shitstorm that Mom Donnie is making me turn my thermostat up to 85 and all of that. So let's listen a little bit more because this is just a happy story for us.
Can you just imagine how beautiful that would have been?
Oh, I can imagine
I'm sure there
it.
wasn't a single dry eye in the room. And I wonder what song do you think she actually walked into? And while the wedding has been super top secret, there was nothing top secret about the news that they were married was broken. The billboards outside of Madison Square Garden lit up with the words "just married" with an emphasis on TNT, of course, Taylor and Travis, once they officially had tied the knot. So in case you were wondering whether or not this was real, well, there you have it. Taylor's publicist, Tree Payne, shared an official statement confirming their marriage, including that Taylor's dress was created by Christian Dior Haute Couture. This is not it, by the way. This is from a music video. That both Taylor and Travis's ceremony looks were designed by Jonathan Anderson of Christian Dior, and it was the first time that Jonathan created a gown for a world-renowned artist. Taylor and Travis both wore custom Christian Louboutin shoes, and Taylor wore Cartier jewelry. Congratulations to Taylor and Travis. This is huge, and I can't believe our girl is officially married and has just entered her wifey era. Be sure to follow along for.
Oh my God, she just entered her wifey era.
Her wifey era. There's not a wifey bone in that woman's body.
Yeah, like I'm gonna have a nanny take care of any children that we might, have a surrogate to, bear for us.
Right.
Yeah, because I don't think she'd be. Do you think she'd be actually pregnant herself?
I think she'd do it. I think
she probably would, but.
Yeah, I think she'd take that jump. I mean, she's a billionaire now, bro.
Right.
Anything's possible,
Well, everything is possible.
I mean, she doesn't even really have to make music anymore.
No, she can live off the resids.
Yeah.